Have you ever been involved in an accident that seemed nearly impossible to avoid? What if we told you it was no accident, in fact, that the whole thing was staged, like something like you're seeing right now? Well, tonight we take a closer look at counterfeit crashes and tell you what you can do to protect yourself. While most crashes like these
as many as 30 vehicles
are simply unavoidable,
I thought some strange things were going on.
this story involves one of hundreds in South Carolina happening every year that was avoidable.
When I got out the car, I noticed on his car, his bumper was being held up by a rope. I already had a whole lot of damage to it. I couldn't even tell what I had did because there was so much damage already there.
Insurance agents say Dana Sanders of Charleston was the victim of a caused or intentional crash. Sanders says she had no other option but to hit the vehicle when the driver stopped for no reason. Her insurance agent denied the claims, thanks largely to her observations and her efforts.
I made sure that the police got that it was already damage to this car.
So how can you avoid becoming a victim?
It's important for us, if someone's in an accident and they think something is suspicious, if somebody showed up unexpectedly or whatever, they should point that out to the officer that's working that accident.
We teamed up with the Darlington County Sheriff's Office to show you some of the types of staged or planned accidents thieves use. The first typically happens at a T intersection or a four-way stop. Watch as the driver in the SUV, in this case, Captain Andy Locklear, waves the other driver through the intersection. But after they start to go, he goes too, typically striking your vehicle.
They can pull forward and hit you and then claim that you've run the stop sign. Always yield the right of way to someone else. Myrtle Beach
Allstate insurance agent Maurice Stevens says the problem appears to be growing in South Carolina. According to the National Insurance Crime Bureau, in 2007, South Carolina ranked 22nd in the nation for the most questionable claims, with 919. That number of questionable claims jumps up nearly 26% to 1,157 in 2008, also increasing the state's overall rank to 19th for most questionable claims. Insurance agents say the economy may be forcing more thieves to file more bogus claims.
They're certainly trending up. It could be many things, that people looking for an opportunity to make some money.
Another type of staged crash is known as a swoop and squat. Take a look at the dark-colored SUV. It swoops past the car. All of a sudden, they slam on your brakes. You've got nowhere to go. And unless you can prove this was all staged, you're responsible. South Carolina Farm Bureau insurance fraud investigator Margaret Fleming has seen her fair share of cases in the past 9 years. Her files here are part of the largest stage auto accident ring in state history. At least 21 people involved. Richard Pinkney of Walterboro pleaded guilty in Colleton County last September to 7 counts of presenting false claims. He's serving a 10-year prison sentence for a problem that's costing the country $120 billion a year.
You should care because it's a big problem. Like I said, if it was a company, it'd be a Fortune 500 company. They are stealing from you. They are taking from your wallet, and it increases the premiums, and they're always going to increase their premiums, as well as you're going to have increased goods and services because of the insurance fraud.
Fleming works closely with the Attorney General's office, which has added more special investigators and recovered nearly 300% more fraud-related money from 2008 to 2009. They've also convicted more than 200 offenders in the past 2 years, hoping to send a message.
These staged accidents, it's a low risk for these type people because they think they're not going to get caught. And we investigate them to the fullest, and they are getting caught and they are getting prosecuted.
Insurance fraud in the state of South Carolina is a punishable offense. You will go to jail for it. It's going to happen. Don't think the insurance companies are not keeping track of claims that are filed, not with just one agency or one company, but with all of them.
And while you may never be the victim of a swoop and squat, authorities urge you to do exactly what Dana Sanders did.
You know how they say you're driving for yourself and the other person? That's really true.
Your awareness may not be able to prevent a staged crash, but it can stop a scam.
It is just something when people try to, get something for nothing.
And here back live, you're taking a look at a crucial device, a phone, a camera phone that is. Investigators say always drive with the phone. That way you can document any problems of any vehicles that might have hit you to see if it might have been intentional or not. Investigators also say they want to know about any staged crashes. You got to call them, and the number to call them is 1-800-95-FRAUD. That's 1-800-95-FRAUD. Excuse me, 1-888-95-FRAUD. The AG's office recovered $1.5 million in fraud just last year, but they can't prosecute these guys if they don't know about it. So give them a call. Again, 1-888-95-FRAUD. Live in Myrtle Beach tonight, Michael Maley, WMBF News.